Hello and welcome to Storm Swords Group 2 Round 3. This is a game between Ardeo Red and Morse Tour X Mia. So your death, my experience. I'm joined once again by my Argus.
Hey guys.
Team captain of Suicide Solution up in Group 1. And yeah, the team on the left here is going to be Morse Tour. And I'll introduce them very quickly. So we're going to have Krios on that Kel'Thas. Sempiternal playing that Karazim. Guidice on the Johanna. I'm always going to say it like that, so if it's wrong, I'm sorry. Tommy Slav playing that Artanis, really weird choice there, and Nymphalis. Great to see it on that Zagara, but yeah, great to see an Artanis.
And on the other side we have Team Ardeo Red with Pedimat on the Tyrande, Philip on Raynor, Benapro on the Thrall, Fluffy Milky, nice name by the way, on the Stitches, good pick there. And Mewcow on Diablo.
Yeah, Fluffy Milky actually just taking so much damage from that tower immediately, but they are going to get one tower down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we're going to have Morse Tour look to do the same thing. Ardeo Red just taking this kind of really aggressive stance, getting that quick burst of bonus experience. And yeah, doesn't look like Morse Tour are going to be able to capitalize and get it themselves, so...
Looks like they're keeping the Thrall on the bottom lane and just try to go with the 4-man Rome squad. And they pick off the Kara team that actually manages to dash away in the last second.
Yeah, so
really
I mean,
good
it was a good dashing strike, good positioning from this team there. So Sempiternal not going to be the first blood. I mean, Sempiternal taking a lot of damage here. The Tyrande stun not quite picking him out though, as does get covered by both the warriors of his team. Going to get hooked again, dashing strike. Will it be enough to make him escape? It will. Barely, but the tank's covering him so well. Artanis, no escape. He's getting kind of thrown around. His shields still haven't popped yet, so he should be okay. Doing that blade dash to come straight through. And in fact, Fluffy Milky's now the one having to retreat as he's fallen really, really low.
I'm really surprised by this Artanis choice here. Because it not particularly is fitting into any combo scenario here.
Yeah, I mean... I wouldn't say he's good versus Thrall, but he's just kind of like a good bruiser-style warrior. Especially against other warriors. But he's really nice for just like diving into that background and just blowing up a Tyrande when you like. He fills in that kind of Kerrigan Savannah role. Oh, Stitches fall in that.
Good position swap.
Yeah. Zagara taking a lot of damage here, going to get Shadow Charge and overpowered over, but
might even fall here.
Yeah, everyone's able to back up, and that's the first altar going the way of Morse Tour.
Well played by the
Benapro just going to get body blocked so hard and going to get killed out there.
Let's see, that's the first 4 damage to the Ardeo Red core so far.
Yeah, and maybe a bit of a pause happening there.
Yep.
So obviously, because this is a replay, we just skip straight past that. It's lovely.
I actually didn't know that the replay system is skipping out on pauses.
Oh yeah, it just it just skips over them, so you get to see all the text in in an instant. You just completely ignore the fact that there was a replay. Really good swap on the Stitches there. Can take some damage, not end up falling though. So it was a decent swap, but there wasn't enough of a follow up. There weren't the body blocks to secure that kill. Raynor.
And honestly, if Fluffy Milky is not gonna overextend too far, he shouldn't fall. He is wisely gone for the stacking globe talent, hungry for more.
Meanwhile, Kel'Thas in top lane gonna get killed by this Diablo and Raynor. Shadow Charge over Pan, just the right clicks doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is a really good choice to go the hungry for more talent here, since the team of Morse Tour doesn't have a tank melter like a Rain or like a Vala.
Yeah,
like
I mean Artanis can, but if he does, he's then giving up Zealot Charge. He basically has to take Zealot Charge. It should really be baseline for him, and he definitely will have to take it as if it's baseline to try and deal with this Tyrande, because that's the only reason I can see for picking up the Artanis. You drop a couple Hydralisks on her and then go for the Zealot Charge, and she'll die very quickly at that point.
So far nothing special on the other talents as well. The only thing that might be needed to be pointed out is the 2 owl talents on the Tyrande.
Yeah, she's going for a full owl build. I mean, just to interrupt all the shrines, all the altars, sorry, makes a bit of sense to me. Gonna have a shadow charge, so onto the Kel'Thas. He's taking a lot of right-click damage from the Reyna. Gonna end up falling, but not before getting that living bomb off. Really good hook.
Was an excellent choice to start a fight here. The Tyrande was not in the fight when it started.
I mean, I was going to say that hook on the Artanis, they then followed up with enough damage to get the kill, so it's now 2 for 1. And Johanna walking herself into a bit of a corner, but she's able to get out before the Thrall can body block her in. Gonna fall though, regardless. Bit of a laughing there out from Newcow on that Diablo. Report stitches.
The BM there, the BM.
I love it when teams are like this. They have a bit of a laugh. Like at the start of that last game, you guys were all just relaxed and having a laugh with your opponents last night when you ended up winning the esports world tournament. It was lovely to see, and you know I do see it like it here. I mean, it's not like a BM against the opposite team being cocky or anything. They're just having a nice
just having a little laugh.
Yeah,
a little bit of banter.
Yeah, and in fact, Ardeo Red were just like laughing at their own team there. So
yeah,
it's all good. Siege camp being taken down the bottom. Nothing else really of importance happening. Gonna have a weird kind of talent choice from the Artanis. Now, I actually prefer to go for more of a tanky build with the cooldown on your shield overload, and with the cooldown taken on your blade dash as well as then the same level 7 talent. He's gone with a really weird one because shield's not gonna last the full duration. Absolutely not. So I think that's it's quite a rough talent for him to have taken, because there are definitely better ones in that tier.
Might have been a misclick as well, you never know.
Yeah, may have been.
Because as you said, it's if you play Artanis, it's not really the go-to.
Yeah. I mean, in theory it's okay, but if your shield is going off, it's never going to stay on. That's the whole point of Artanis. Meanwhile, speaking of Artanis, he's taking a bit of harass damage from the 2 warriors in the mid lane, and bottom lane there's a lot of fighting happening.
Wow!
Barely escaping all that damage down there.
How did they survive that? The good healing breath.
Yeah, just enough every time.
Pretty much the story of Karasim life.
Just
close enough and slipping out all the time.
Yeah, those dashing strikes so good for making a nice escape on. So, next 2 altars are spawning. Johanna's getting caught out. Might end up falling here. Yeah, she's going to.
Yep.
And Artanis looking to try and channel this 1 altar. Gonna get interrupted by the Diablo though, so well played by Ardeo. And they're gonna get an overpower on the Karazim. No way to escape this time, as we just spoke about how slippery he is. And that's gonna be 1 altar for Ardeo, and most likely gonna go and get the second one. So, looking really strong.
Be aware of how they intentionally chose that timing to start the fight. They're just hitting level 10 right now. They didn't have any Palm, any Phoenix, any lasers yet to disrupt the fight even in the slightest.
Now, this is really weird. I don't know why you take laser on Artanis here, because one of the massive things that Artanis brings against the composition of Ardeo Red is that distortion field, you know, that blind, that big AoE blind, and against a Reyna and a Thrall, that's going to be so huge. And not only that, but it's a really good hook again on the Artanis here. But not only that, it's a Reyna and a Thrall,
both getting blinded
with Tyrande amplified damage. Yeah, I mean, you've already got a Johanna. Why not put more blinds on? We can have a stasis on the Kel'Thas himself. Forgotten the name. The Zagara's going to get cleaned up. The Zagara died super quick. Anyway, Kel'Thas got cleaned up in the end. Arthur's going to die. Karazim's going to die. There's only Johanna left. And yeah, she wasn't doing the tanking job she needed to. She needed to be up the front taking the damage, but instead it was the Zagara and the Kel'Thas who were right up the front. And that's going to be the lumber mill going to the side of Ardeo Red.
Means the map is more open for Ardeo Red. They can pretty much start doing the cat and mouse game. Go from lane to lane, just like they're starting to do it. Take out fort after fort after fort, and make them run behind.
Oh,
all
that was
the
a
time.
really good
They
hook on the
need them
Kael'thas,
30.
and he's just going to get killed. There it is. There's the Tyrande finishing him off.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, just crazy. And all the ammo and everything for this mid lane was already gone on the tower, so he just took down the tower, took down the gate, and then they take down the barracks.
Meanwhile, the rest of Team Mortis.
Yeah, Morse tour.
They were forced to stick on top lane to capture back the lumber mill.
Yeah, and they're going to have to stick here in this mid and recapture the barracks. And
Oh,
there's an amazing
I
hook from the
do.
Stitches. Gonna hit the
Cheeky hook.
Johanna though. It's the wrong target to hit, and
Yep.
she's going to be able to walk out. But really like the idea there. These next two altars spawn, and that means basically both of these are going to go the way of Ardeo. Thrall's not going to get interrupted in time.
Pretty much, since that is the cat and mouse game that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
You're just taking out forts. They have to do damage mitigation, as in the opponent team has to do damage mitigation by recapturing.
We've got a fight going on here. In fact, the Phoenix is down. It's not really doing much. Hyperion covering this amazing area. The Rain's already right-clicked the Kael'thas to death. He's going to do the same with the Arthas. Karazhan doing what he can. Going to get clipped by the edge of that Tyrande stun. Getting a good Divine Palm off himself, but the Diablo's there doing that Shadow Charge plus the Overpower, blocking him out. The Johanna's sticking around though just long enough for the Karazhan to have a dash and strike to safety.
Really good timing of engagement again.
Yeah.
Team Ardeo Red has seen that the Sagara needed to deal with the mid wave, or was trying to soak for level 13. Could have been a possibility as well. I don't know what they are calling in this case, but they see the man advantage and just collapse on Team Mortis there.
And I don't know why Mortua decided to stick around that far out for a fight, because they'd lost both altars regardless, so there was no need for them to be there, and they ended up losing a fight. They already lost the altars. They lost the keep down and bottom, the farm. They've lost the barracks again. They're going to lose the lumber mill. Just constantly, as you say, this game of cat and mouse.
Must just have hit their power spike though. The Kael'thas is getting his chain bomb now.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely a possibility to come back. And we see him get hooked in. He turns around and gets the gravity lapse off, keeping him alive. The Devouring Maw comes out from Zagara, landing only on the Diablo, so it's not really the best target.
Oh, the
Sundering
Sagara.
just absolutely crushing through the team. And Thrall's in the backline doing clean-up duties, getting the roots. The laser's been on the Thrall the entire time. He doesn't care.
Yep.
He's been eating it whilst doing so much damage, and that's going to be an absolute ace.
It is
5-0.
it's tickling him. As you said, the better choice here would have been a disruption field. Simply since your main damage on the enemy team consists of those heavy auto attackers, Thrall and Raynor.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
Not
boss
so much
being taken.
Not so much to run, since she's going into a full owl
Yeah,
bond.
but it's the damage amp that comes out of the Tron as well that really supports that Thrall and Raynor. So we've got a 6-shot altar being taken
Plus
bottom,
the
plus
boss
the
even.
boss. Yeah, that's a full
Ouch.
10. There's only 10 left.
10. Ouchie.
And massive pings out coming here from Patamat, the team captain of Ardeo Red. Like, come on, let's go take the farm down in bottom.
The thing is, what Morrison needs to be aware of right now, if Ardeo Red ends up catching all 3 of the structures, they will get continuous shots against their core.
Yeah, now got the Sundering coming in. It was a really good hook on the Johanna to start that out. She didn't go unstoppable to get out of that. Good time delaying that. And in fact, the Thrall's going to end up falling. The Karazhan is not, so the Tyrande is not there to keep him alive for the healing. And it does mean they're going to successfully defend, recapture the barracks.
Nice hook.
Yeah, really nice Divine Palm there. The Apocalypse coming down. Gonna land on 3 of them. The laser gonna end up killing the Diablo off though. So well played.
Laser
there.
value.
But in the meantime, they lost 4, and they're gonna get an amazing hook off on the Kael'thas, and that's gonna be a 5-for-2 fight won by
Yes.
Ardeo Red.
And with this time, they surely can easily take out the middle structure and go towards the top structure.
Yeah, I mean Diablo's gonna go there and clear those waves, and meanwhile the Rain is just right-clicking his way to capturing the barracks there.
Let's see.
And this is looking like a bit of a shutout here from Ardeo Red on Morse Tour. They are 3 levels up. They are 24 for 5 kills. You know, there's a 19 kill discrepancy here, and they're going to have all 6 of the keeps at this point. Johanna's not going to be able to take one quick enough. So
and even the altar spawn is not going time-wise in the favor of Morse Tour.
Yeah.
Because they actually have to deal with the structures and the keep at the and the altar at the same time. And now the shot's gonna fly in towards the core.
They managed to get 2 off on that core there. So this altar, really, really important for Morse Tour. And Ardeo, they're not actually committing to this at all. They're just chilling here. Thrall's going to throw out Chain Lightnings to interrupt this. Oh, he's going to actually Sunder. Just balls to the walls. Oh, and that amazing Ranger Owl hits on 4. So much damage.
They only want to make sure that the siege camp on top just goes through and gives another 3 damage.
Yeah, the Kel'Thas is actually going to successfully channel that altar, so that's 1 going the way of Morse Tour, but as he gets hit by the Ranger just a little bit too late. The Diablo is going to fall really good devouring more on 2. It means that's probably going to get cleaned up. The Thrall being healed up by the Tyrande, doing what he can, getting the damage done, just keeping himself alive. The Artanis manages to finally pick him up, but not before he falls as well. And again, it's going to be a 1-5 for Ardeo.
Excellent stunt.
At
the end by the Tyrande.
The Tyrande just doing so much work with those stuns. The heals that she was pumping out constantly. And yeah, we're going to have a GG call out here for Morse Tour. So Ardeo Red looking like they're going to advance through. They're 11 kills up. And yeah.
Obviously,
5 shots left. The game needs
to finish
ending.
there, yeah. While the entire fight was happening, the siege camp from top lane, as I was trying to say before the fight started, the siege camp made its way through,
yeah, and it did
batted away on the lane and got the 3 shots in. Yeah. So, to say it in Hearthstone terms, they are unlethal with the next tower. They might they're catching.
Yeah, and this keeps going to go the farm down at the bottom. Stitches with the Putrid Bile, just covering that area, slowing them all down.
Just slowing them so that they cannot retake it.
That's the 7th keep in favour of Ardeo Red. The Tyrande will end up falling here.
Yeah, the shots will come out.
But in fact, the keep in middle has been recaptured by the creeps.
Actually, didn't see that.
The barracks doing what it needs to there. Meanwhile, we do have a fight happening at the bottom here. The Hyperion's coming down. Diablo's using his kind of like soul siphon to gain all the life. The Apocalypse coming down, landing on 4, doing so much work. But that laser value, 3 dead. I'm with the Tyrande dying moments earlier in favour, but
the Thrall is positioning himself already nicely to take this.
And the ETC, I mean, the Johanna's stopped going up. She's not going to be able to interrupt it in time. GG, well played. She actually backed up to go and refight against the Stitches, and
that was the Kurt call there.
Yeah. GG, well played. Ardeo Red go 1-up in this best of 2 versus Morse Tour in Group 2, Round 3.